Stop! In this episode, we talk about analysing deals. This is Aidan Rees-Heron, and you're watching Property Geek TV episode 8. So, very excited. We are 2 episodes away from double digits. In this episode, what?
Nothing, I'm just waiting to do it.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready.
In this episode, we're talking about analysing deals. One of the quickest ways you can analyse deals is with yield. Now, it's really important to be able to analyse your deals because that gives you a baseline for how your portfolio is doing, what your targets are and expectations are and stuff. And Blake, stop smirking at me.
Okay.
Okay, so yield is the rent. I've just got Blake behind the camera like this. Actually.
What are we doing?
Blake, just pose like you're behind the camera. Okay. Serious.
Does that look good?
Serious. My line.
Serious.
Center. Okay, so yield. That's the rent roll over the purchase price. So to keep things simple, say you've got a purchase, say your rent is £650. You times it by 12, that gives you your annual yield, which is like annual rent, which is 7,800, divided by the purchase price, which is 100,000. That gives you, can you see that? 0.078. Now if you times it by 100, that gives you a percentage. So that's well done, Blake. That's 7.8% yield. Now that's really quite good. If you have something like that for a single let, I'd say it's a good investment. The further you go north, the better the yield gets for single lets, and the further you go south, the worse you get. The further you go north, the better it is. The further south you go, the worse it is for yields. But the further south you go, the more you get things like capital appreciation. But what if you want to analyse your deal a little bit deeper, but still have it sort of 30-second check? What we prefer to do is gross yield, or we call it gross yield, which is the total purchase outlay instead of just the purchase price. So if you purchase a house, say 100 grand, then you've got legals and fees and checks, maybe another 5 grand, that's quite high, and then you give the whole place a lick of paint and a little bit else, and that's like say 6-7 grand. So what you do is still the same, £650 times by 12 over 100,000, but then you add things like the legals, say 5 grand, add 6,750 for the conversion costs, so your house is ready made and you're ready to go. That gives you a gross yield of 6.9, or almost 7, 6.97. Yeah, 6.979. So essentially 7% again if you round it to 1%. So still a really good yield. Now, what I'd recommend is take whether you're doing gross or you're doing just regular yield. Have your level, do your check, and then take it further if it meets the requirements. If it doesn't meet the requirements, just move on to the next deal. Otherwise, you'll never try and fit the numbers to the deal. That's a bad idea, isn't it, Blake? It's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. Don't do it. Just check the figures. If it works, then do a full appraisal, then take it through to the next step. That's it. So, question of the day. You don't need to zoom in, Blake. Question of the day. What baseline yield are you aiming for?